Okay, my friend, soul stop number 33. Wow. This is going to be a stop where it's going to be unforgettable. Today, I am starting a 21-day fast. It'll be a liquid fast that I'll talk about, and I'm going to document for you over the next 7 stops. The number 33 has a big significance. The number 7, of course, means completion. So as I complete this soul journey, this soul train that we started 40 days, well, it's 40 days, but we're on number 33. So we have 7 more days after today. So every third day, I'm going to be another soul stop. I will document for you in the community, activate the 920 code community, the journey, and all about fasting and really looking forward to this 21 days. And yes, it is for you and for your family and for the world. I'm going to share with you my screen and tell you what went on the day that prompted this. Wow. Um, Let me share this with you here. Um, Yesterday was very tough. A number of things that went down and other things happened. And one of the toughest one is always when it gets close to you and at home, with family. And then with someone who's very close to family that's been with you for 5, 6 years, that makes an emotional decision to make a transition. And even though I always respect that in the real estate business, matter of fact, I'm in my office today, the Real Estate Resource Center in Boca Raton, Florida, where I have an EXP Realty team, and also I do all my advisory work and coaching work. But someone made a decision that, I definitely been with me for actually 5 years, I guess it is, and made an emotional decision to make a move. And then a relative that I'm in business with, I'm trying to get them to focus on the soul, on the soul, on the soul, and soul intelligence, and it was really tough when it comes down to family. But this morning at the beach. So I go there at 4 o'clock. Get there. I get there early. Sometimes 2, sometimes 3, sometimes 4. I go to bed early, 7:30. 8 o'clock is really late for me. But I go sit down at the beach, and it wasn't this high. Um, on the top of the water, I was going through the last 2.5 years of a relationship with a family member that I'm in business, have been in business with. And I'm reading all the texts, and I'm just going to send some encouraging text to, just commune together. And I'm looking through this history of texts, and I'm meditating, praying, contemplating, thinking, what can I do to try to, and so all of a sudden I look out at the water after about 15 minutes of this, 20 minutes, and on the top of the water, it looked like a floating, you know, light, right? I went, what is that? Wow, that's really interesting. This was about 4:30ish now, still dark out, and I thought it's not a boat. Is it just a red a light? Is it a boat full of migrants that's coming with a light on or something? What is this? So it was floating like almost on the top of the water. And so as I'm watching it more and more, it wasn't quite as defined as you see this here. This was, of course, right before the sunrise, probably 30 minutes before the sunrise. But I thought, and as it comes up, I go, oh, wow, it's off top of the water. That must be some kind of cloud or something. And I said, but wow, the sunrise is not for another couple hours to 2.5 hours. That can't be. What is that? That's really something. So then it started taking more shape, like round. Oh, that's always this piece. And it's coming up. And I go, oh my gosh. So I go to ChatGPT after it gets up to this, well, it got up to about here where this cloud is. So I go, wow, I can't be the moon. And so I'd never witnessed it before. So it says, yep, real and rare. You're catching the tail end of a lunar cycle just before the new moon. It's not uncommon to not recall seeing this in a lifetime. Sometimes light, timing, moon, phase, weather align just perfectly can create a once in a lifetime visual. Folks, I'm telling you, especially with what I was just got finished reading and my thoughts, and how can I help them become soulful, and how can I help my coaching clients not to make so many emotional decisions and to commune and not just tell stories. And it's so I was what an experience. So I fast often. I do, one day 2 days, 5 days, even sometimes I'll do a 7 day liquid fast for health reasons and also because I love to eat good food most of the time. But, I'll get my weight under control. But, you know, I had this experience. Then, as I'm sitting there and I'm meditating on this and thinking about it, then I said, man, that was really cool. It was very, very impactful. Then my grandson, I look and he says, hey, I want to catch up with you today. And he's my 19-year-old grandson. If you go look down the page, you'll see where I was very so proud of him and why, about some things where he really overcame some really, really serious things and just the award that he won from the state of Tennessee. And so he gets on the phone with me 9:15 and we are talk I think 35 minutes and wow, some of his great news, good news and all. So I'm just kind of really in a great state after that and this morning's experience. So I'm trying to work and all I kept saying is that I was thinking about that and then I thought, how can I turn it into one of the soul stops? And I thought, soul stop 33, that's interesting. So then I said, and I kept like bothering me. I have so much to do. Don't tell anyone that, but here I am. It's, what time is it? It's 3 o'clock while I'm doing this. So for the last 90 minutes, I'm going, wait a minute, this is going to become soul stop number 33. And here's the reason. And I said, you know what? Because I was just ready to start a health fast. I said, I'm going to do this 21 days because of a number of my coaching clients recently, it's like now that I read a new moon and all these things, I said, how can I help them? I want more clarity in my real estate team and building that. And people are so stuck, and I'm going, I'm not doing it yet. I'm not doing it. I need more clarity how to help more people and to have this transformation that they need and don't realize it's in the soul, right? And so I said, I'm going to get really intentional here. So I said, I'm going to do a 21-day fast. Uh, and and I'll document it and I'll talk about the liquids and everything that I do. But this will be the longest ever. I've gone, I think, 18 days before. This will be my longest ever. So I want to break through that. So, and then why the significance of 33? Again, circumstances that started. Okay, so here we go. This is going to go into a Facebook post, but I want to share it here on the video. So first of all, the number 33 has a really interesting spiritual and cultural significance, as well as now I'm not into numerology and all these types of things, but I look at everything. It didn't used to. I used to call people like me a heretic. I used to But, I said, what's the significance of the number 33? And it has a lot of meaning. Look it up, the significance of the number 33. But then I said, wow, amazing across the Abrahamic traditions. Now, the reason I point this out is this is not a course in theology. Well, I guess it is. But, the Abrahamic traditions, a lot of people don't even realize that, Christianity, Islam, and Jewish, we're all Abrahamic traditions. We're all we find our roots in the Abrahamic covenant, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, it's history. It's really a lot of history. So it's really interesting in number 33, the significance there. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to do this fast. And I'm going to do this over the next 7 soul stops. So 7 being the day of completion. So that means every third day I'm going to do another soul stop, document the fasting, and go on. So my philosophy, Twisdomology, by the way, my nice shirt, Twisdomology, there's the symbol, time and wisdom working together, truth and wisdom working together. This is what I'm trying to get my beloved relative to do in reference to his business, whether he wants to be in business with me or not. But this idea of focusing on wisdom from above and time and wisdom, truth and wisdom. Now I've experienced this morning. So no reason I can't sit here and do my real estate work right now. So, I call Twisdomology the theology of one because I used to teach something totally, for 35 years, I was very comfortable with it. But the theology of one, that every single one of us, our soul is equal to our physical DNA, our physical, and if you've been following me on the soul train, our physical DNA and our physical thumbprint, well, our soul was the same way. Talking to my grandson this morning, we were talking a little bit about this, but yet it's the theology of one but it's to benefit all. And in the same way with them. So we're here for one purpose. And so the purpose of my fast is not to deprive myself of anything, but I want more clarity to better understand, and help others understand purpose and direction. You see, if the student hasn't learned, the teacher hasn't taught. Now, I don't want to decrease my coaching client business, but most of them aren't yet moving quicker to embrace this idea of the 920, peace and goodwill for all. It's always thinking something's lacking, always thinking I need more, always thinking about what do I do, instead of how do I realize who I really am. And so it's about compassion, deepening my empathy and connection to others, ours, commitment, demonstrating our dedication to personal growth and collective well being that only peace and goodwill will assure. So I'm just really empathetic for all my coaching clients, all the people in my real estate team. If you look up 920 agent, you'll see my background in real estate. I'm really dedicated to that profession and to my team. But, you know, for the record, don't tell them I said this, but I want to choke them. They don't know who they really are and how great and wonderful they are. And so it then shows in productivity and performance. And then they get discouraged and then they'll make emotional decisions and go look for something outside of what they're currently doing. They just keep trying to look for salvation outside ourselves. All of us. I was doing it this morning when I first got to the beach, looking at these text messages going, what am I going to do about it? But then I got quiet because that's what have learned to do is get quiet. So I want to detox, allowing the body to cleanse itself physically, but I also want to detox this thing, improve the metabolic health, mental clarity. So it has a lot of physical benefits. I know how I feel when I do it. When I did the 19 days, that was pretty interesting. An invitation to join. I just look, even if it's just one day. Now, I'll go into the details of the catch up, but I do drink black coffee during my liquid fast. I drink a lot of water, and I'll do that probably for about 7 or 8 days, and then I'll start adding some real good healthy green drink to it. But I'll update you every 3 days. Um, daily reflections. I'm going to, encourage you to engage, share your thoughts. If you're going to do this with me, whether I don't care if it's 12 hours, it was just Ramadan, or actually it's not even finished yet. And then they go into another celebration, where they fast 12 hours a day. Final thoughts. The fast is a personal commitment to embodying the principles of peace and goodwill. 2,000 years ago from the heavens. Look, even if you think that's a made up story, it's okay. That's okay too. But, I really believe the history books. I believe Josephus. Josephus is a historian, and well, how he verifies a lot of these things. But, peace and goodwill for all. And that is the only reason we are here. That is our one function on earth, is peace and goodwill for all, that all the other things flow from it. So we need that soul replacement therapy to replace all these belief systems, all these things that hold us back, that limit our souls. And our soul, go look at the other 31 or 32 soul stops, and our soul being our mind, will, and emotions, the one that doesn't end with our body ending, but the real us, the true us, the one that God made, or source, or universe, whatever you want to call it, that the real one, the real one. So hopefully embark on this journey together, activate the 920 code. If you're here for the first time, go to defalco.us, activate, and you'll find it there. So I'm really hopefully going to see you. Make some comments on the YouTube video if you would, if you saw this. And I don't mind dialoguing. I know how uncomfortable this is. I was 35 years in Christianity, and really still, I mean, but not Christianity. But look, let me do it best this way. I had an interview with a very sophisticated attorney yesterday, um, and we're talking about just spiritual influence in people's lives. So I said, "Oh, was there any spiritual influence in your life?" He says, "Oh, I was raised in a Christian culture, but not any longer." He says, I just embrace, Jesus." And I said, "We're going to get along really well." I said, "You mean like the teaching? Unless you become like little children, you'll never see the kingdom." And that kingdom, folks, is love, joy, peace. It's nothing else. It's love, joy, peace. We came from love. We're going back to love. Our soul train was just sent down here, to deliver peace and goodwill to all and just to return back. There's such a wonderful love for this planet that our Creator has. And you know what? He guarantees that we to try to really get our attention. You notice he kind of wipes it clean about every 90 years, right? There's some people that are fortunate live into the hundreds, but even that, he wipes it clean. New start, new start, new start. I had a conversation with someone today. They said, "Oh my gosh, this generation. Oh, I can't believe this. And what the heck is going to become of the world?" I said, "Just relax, relax. It's all going to be taken care of." So anyway, uh, let's go 21 days. I'm really looking forward to this and looking forward to hopefully seeing you over at here. Let me show you the community if this is your first time. Um, it's just a Facebook community. Uh, we'll take a look at that quickly. This is it here. And all the other lessons are in here because they're not all on YouTube. They started out here in this community. And it's just 920 code. Okay. If you go to Facebook, type in 920 code, you should find it or activate the 920 hidden code. Thank you for tuning in. I really am doing this, and I mean this, my friend. If you're looking and you're watching this, uh, connect with me in this community. I'm doing this for you, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Because without peace and goodwill, you know, no matter how much success, no matter how much money, how many possessions, pleasures, positions, uh, without peace and goodwill, it doesn't really feel good. Blessings, my friend. Hopefully, this is some help to you. Bye bye.